Abusia NDC aso ye ho no problem bi asi ba me cheche mu kire mu court nsem ni twa mu wie ye no owura same akotwero comment wu na nsem bi a ebobo a de ba no ano wodin a enya asem ketwa comment okotwero no wakokasa de atia eye NDC mpanyimfo bi ama ye owura Haruna Indrisu aba abonten de comment abeto ye ni page so a wo kire se saa de na wo twero ye no obi na hye akire nti a wo twero saa de no na se nipa koro o ma na saa kwan so me saa de no o hwewa e wo se nko no na be saa de no wo manim na o muhunu se saa nipa koro na ebeye na afi na nta ntokwa we no a start ya o mo ba beko enti ye hwe ha wo ntokwa no ebesi atimi akwa akuduru we first commenter me de emamo a free NDC for aso ye sanso na ye Samuel Kuku Ayedu Nketia the commenter ba say let John Mahama fight his own fight battle leave NDC alone onkoko no kunja NDC nto nchane yanko ye kun ntu tie commenter free omo camp ne ba na ano edin a enya asem ketwa we kura endan chen no omasa akwakobu omo ankasa journalist bi a okwa take photos na minim so manhu say omo journalist da minim ho hwe APPIAH stadium so aba bonten de nsem aba begu ho abane ko awie ndi seconds kura no nsem eba no nya asem ketwa afen so parliament nso asa akasa asaje atum say lesbian ni gay hu nsem ekoso wo Ghana ho no wa wonim a obe sa de no say de omaye na criminal udi agora waso ebetimi ayehia enya asem ketwa nipa wo kasa ne kwa asa aka lisi so say MPB a wote dem ha wo hwe a wo ye gay na lesbian so original ho ni hu say oka ho ansa ne akasa obi ansore which means say obi anye gay wo ho nti wo nyina street a eno so enya asem ketwa ye mra a ba beto Ghana say babia agihe a enya asem ketwa ye nche hu ne yenko tie de omo kafa LGBTQ ho wo Ghana ho no ye via na de aka no me de eno so asoso
jointly making this statement hereby serve notice of our intention to jointly sponsor a bipartisan private members bill to pass specific legislation by this august house to expressly prohibit and criminalize the practice of advocacy of homosexuality in Ghana. This bill will seek to further strengthen our legal jurisprudence and existing legislation on unnatural carnal knowledge to reflect the current state of affairs. It is our belief that all members of this House will support this bill when it comes before the House. We also hope to see action from the executive through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs calling to order all diplomats whose actions constitute an affront to our laws and sovereignty. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, we need to block out this canker from our land. We are very certain of your respect for individual liberties as well as your love for our customs and traditions. It is on this basis that we call on you as the head of the legislative arm of government to make a firm statement on this raging national discourse. We are without doubt that the enormous respect you command, not just within Ghana, but across the world, based on your many years of meritorious service to humanity, will add great impetus to this fight of ours to preserve that which is right, that which is just, and that which is holy.
Embrase bejania wojina de mo amafo woni go prampram abato mpesua so samjata George ena atese wode samutu dwa no wie naninu a wone embrase bejania wojina de mo amafo wa sense out abato mpesua so John itifo dwo so gina simpie ni apaso ede samtu dwa se aduane a wahu no na nabuchi aso no se wudi ayemusuo eyachiwade eni tigense sem se be ma beka se awurade abo oba ne be ma Adam and Eve no beka so opa Adam and Steve na ebe wi ase ene yonko be ma no opeso ne da no oba beka se da bi o ebe ya nka ja ne yonko ba mo na yase kotopo ene ho kronoba ne de kwase asoso so wo mamu nti won so mpene so ne empene so china.
I strongly emphasize that the fact that some jurisdictions recognize certain ways of life as acceptable standards may not necessarily make it acceptable in another jurisdiction. Globalization is purpose to augment the strength and values of nation states, certainly not meant to compromise the cultural and moral values therein. Mr. Speaker, the Constitution of Ghana clearly prescribes homosexuality, lesbianism, bestiality, and such acts that define the core tenets of our beliefs, values, customs, and traditions as a people. On the cultural objectives of Ghana, Article 39(1) of the Fourth Republican Constitution of Ghana clearly states that, subject to clause 2 of this article, the state shall take steps to encourage the integration of appropriate customary values into the fabric of national life through formal and informal education. Mr. Speaker, I don't know of any of a member of parliament in this or at least the woman as a woman. if any of us here can boldly stand up and declare that it's a gay or lesbian, the person should do so. We figure the person should own up and stand right now for us to recognize him. We have come out as a coalition of parliamentarians who are against these practices being imposed on us. And Mr. Speaker, our desire is that we will bring a private member's bill to this House, to a collective decision, that there will be clarity in our laws, that our colleagues will not be seen to be asking for human rights. We are saying this human right comes on our rights as well. And therefore, the members of Parliament, we are asking all of us to support the private bill. Now, when we come, we walk upon so that we put the Parliament on the bill once and for all.
Say and no more can ewo Parliament or much as they say the Udi Agora a bit made what to say a criminal so best idea because a Diana one to one and Abuchi as one yendi according to more can ewo Parliament Naija NCLT and Tehon ewo. Now we everyone appear stadium. Odu bia babonten a wo kasa na ne fire all to one anu odin yenti appear stadium fire all to ekoma NDC for aso ye ho yenti
Shrupa ana se onen be ya gina e mu tete ni nyansa
Abia anya bo NDC MPs no 137 emu be ye edu pe na wo se omunim nyansa
fa to go to Ghana we bo mame e mu tete na na so be omunim nyansa bi se ade na wa ye no e kre se se do wu jimi o
Abia radio so na we a wo kasa yo
awurade nyankopon na me se ka information center so happy 137 mu tete na me so be omunim nyansa e bi se so ko toba na yemi ni pepe se hawa kumsi etime pesa moto abwa NDC ni tu awolu constituency moto obofour ye betre hoke de obofour de mikwa mente boko nti wo de boko dede hawa kumsi ni akoto agriculture ene kojo ponko madie ni wo samka ebi so ponko ma mfonso bi awaye TFS e bi skolfa no akoto so minimum kwano openi uta odu ya yimika food wa enjoy ni ko ejira ko hu se obwa biano banya kese waje ya factory bi e bi ni ani bon enti ni ma ban na ya ka meka amanimu ezo we ko poku ndi o wona Greek mo Ghana ha mi didi se opi o ti wa biti akoto na body super ye kuku oti indi ko independent kwa bantu o yim kuku ko re ye sempo enti ofeli akonwana eze baba kutuba ko ogun woni masenti o perform enti o bete na o disconfirm na vise wa nye fe ba Maame we wo botu wo ko disconfirm bi na sa suma ti gari ko bem na o ko dan o sa ko to ba sa mo ba ri we e bi di na ma no kora na me ka je ni pate bi ni nyansa we ba ka zambole we see me ko wa wo to ye ndi di ado wa ko ma ba na e brewi Parliament was the Kama Yakopa, Budija was free on social media. In Manabusia Yakon,
good.
Mabusia Yakofan.
Happy FM.
Party, I also got I don't know why I'm going to say. I near the chairman called the Kaba on Chairman Dontamani Mahama Yara, some support to request 70 new answer, 7 1 and say, in Mano. I did the chairman, your phone would be NDC for the money speaker. Abamba be boy home and I say enemy a winner, the BDG crown. Or Twaba, not what you say. NDC California, the fragment and cry, only as a for yourself. No more Twasama, I will walk. We have first to prove you in behind. Go to a bone and then also what Twaba Bonnie. Actually, this is what Parliament because you put it in the answer. The come of a no more premier. It's what it did with the Abdul Maswati Kanaka. Yes, the Parliament. Can I talk with Mr. Beganica, the chairman Sabu to attempt the Parliament and I have found the chairman Sabu Sui, chairman Sabu to open Yan Sapa, Nagana, and can MPP, and can NDC MPP, and can Agyin Asare amampani akonya time so kwa every afeki ebeza mu straight se be dia French side to amampani Odifour party onyansafo nti everything na nkura mi for car e banka di jamo is the nyansa
and the WUSU say ebi mu akọji adamudie bi na omo twe omo ho free abato oni mu anam
nyame ko na meka me bi ni wa college journalist mu gabi na ya di so much ta woni ya masa nye ko to asemu
sa mo MPC bi akọji sika
abra no wonya nya no kura me si ni nya no ko to so much sika wo mi o ya ya fix ni bi ba pia ba traba no ba de ko mi ma me na so ko tesi yo ni gidi pa ta ho Bona ayi no se na ado some ko sabe fu ba mi ya pa ni se sana mi yesi o mo brida da roles na mo mutaka ya to aba ayi MPO te me fa box mu gania o chese ni bi mutaka after wo be kuma se ye bo twa kuma se aso airport ye ko fa mi ko ni mi to ka mi ko santini na mi dimbi mi ko santini mi dimbi so wo bu nya ma ka mi supporter say Acquah ko dey wo parliament what ma chese ala go sa ji masa who will say yes obi ama wo ma ka supporter na wo ma anya John Dramani Mahama na mu pa obeduma na boss adam na mutaka who dare you say the boss ankwasi adam ma wo mutaka and mutaka ye na me pikanya ase a wo de ko su ame de nkusichie ele agudi aka mutaka gina we me ni ho se so yo mutaka we wo jo na se na so tira ma so tema e se me so mo e so me wo nya ma ka supporter who me enka me kasa ro ko wa ni so na chere ma so be ma ko boli se ya se no enti opani adi NDC MP 137 ayero bra sabi Acquah sabi onni nyansa Acquah nya sa do we
ba apia enti sese no mo ya o mo dan
yo ma de ni mo kasa de me nya do Mahama na da de what is what the party I then the longest president of this country. OWUSU no national censor na Akufo-Addo. The Mahama na mind this not it is a Mahama no o ye da bura. Aye danet abro wudi na when ye ni ana o nesa da o ye do Mahama no ye ni hu. Ana de so da o clear say do Mahama na ba o me na be 2024. Sabi 4 million de ko. It is only mutaka we are having a issue. If it's ceremony, every time the president of Ghana help him, I can remember the president remember. And not John Dramani Mahama, there about me. 2 years, 3 years, now 10 years. Also, you give up more than that for me. So you're having a issue here, mutaka. Forget to cry. Never, you what up with you.
Adan sampanyi fo no omo so e wotri mu po se omo nya omampanyi di bra na omo ebe pribia na
me pa cho wo de wo ye ze de wala kenti na wo happy okay wo bi akọ pempa wo twetro go da ndi wo ka pempa ni na akọ pempa me ka sama chero me ka pempa nya nda po
me too
o ceremony na se kan yi be president of Ghana have been after Ghana kunya president of governor na enye John Dramani Mahama fi kunja ba umia asa matobo mu rewi ya na me ko de to aso na ko so nyamo yi
na minim sa miensa bi so wa mo MPC e de ho nkrata ba se o mo so no kra no o mo fo mu tinje eye National Security Minister, Interior Minister ni Defense Minister o mo boa
mo boa ya asan fo fa ko kram o mo hiti o mo ya da chima sa na Parliament is a plan I do 2 and I do 3. And if I don't Ghana ba man can see Ghana. What told your mama?
Oh, and nipa be edumienu no omo ma fa na o ma nko mra chi bedafie no no omo sese omo yare ya na asa bua payo nti no o ma nko se de be ya modom ne so bete
dan da de me ka kire wo se ade o de na de lo po amadu de me fo ya o
yeah
it ye be da tie ni akoton de mama obo bua payo se yam 3 obo ka pia ye finance minister ne de no o de ko go kire o de covid oba yam 3 OWUSU ko ka to mo yiri tu ra ai don da let me go here oh you ma do what you want for boss in after me see obo chipie sa ni you point na sa obo ta sani frusro wa ba na me ti we na mo mo po ti dan abato nkwanta e dan no ade ya to nkugu aba ye sa ko to na ba ko pe dan temu na asa ko dan ya ma wo ta ka ko soro na military me ya na me NDC no o ba to se mi gira sammy ku nchen o ba to se mi gira jongo bi nchen na na bi nchen ko bi nchen na ka kire me say hey apia se di umpa e do mama ba ni so di na na bi mu gira ho ra o ti kama me tia the idea of going to a water garden. Now, also, the group of what you have, what the parliament, and also for the video. But Mr. Papa, you are actually what I don't have that. We are promised to make more. Let you details or you see a time. We deal with you. You have a trouble. Or share me here to coffee what you command a man here, then a man here. As a place away, and I will come. That's what they are watching. I tested the day now, the rich can go for. Papa, the Casa come. Now one can't even know your mama to you. And your mother community said, I have to flow and yet politics to reveal to me for. Or catching some of them more with Japan. Your mama is bonity. I never tell me a problem to come in as Ophelia. Uncle Bodiam Bulls as a body of concern with you. And Kugus as a young couple, guide your mama money. Now, I'm back at American, your mama, the boy may have no be fear money. Be kind and do a tokodo, a talk of your computer brother. It's called viral. Apart, yes, I have 2 lessons, I have 2 lessons. And so, one of the financial power, to the German colony, when you need to see a part, that's what I'm quite a while. What? You call your we are called viral, was it? Acquah said a chance. That's a go, Mama, opened. Now, you see a life of ID, I didn't see a big in Shiraqua or Tuchaka. And my Japanese boy, no more parliament. Was it? We are called down one time. It did the thing. And this is the 137. It would take you to them and the answer.
To say minim said John Mahama on Puso mini free ho and if for bow said Dient no more kuncha and Dokono media minim the Ecos or Mwankasa Asway ho. Now MPP Nibia Babon Tin Swababe Casa actually we say Sammy Jamfino Mushim who is now no way bit made an adwa tem. It's no more far no man as our contractor. Now no one can who banaf will be dimwa temwa Afia problem Benny womb. Yentia the MPP Nino also a giant fell Nanuko Bumi a NDC for Neocommon Tokwa.
Horns, not because of anybody. NDC for an eye, they deserve it. I tell you. And political parties should also learn from what is going on. That the ma encrophobic position be not because say it be a Agyin ana nyansamu ana omuni majumabi. Nemum omo mutumi kasa eduru so mbedi nkrofo atem mutumi di nkrofo atem no because sammy gyamfi capital onyaye was all because say otumi eso na nakufu adumu no atete no otumi so MPP mpanimfo mu no aye omo basa enu nti party no energy ho say we de onu ne tumi MPP for ehun sunsaso na omo enya no because to be honest with you wo hwe nkrofo a sammy gyamfi na no kate o de koyo mo sana yewura abansoma na baben Kingsford the Mugabe of our parliament opompo or ye senior man he is an institution the institution no na okoye na wo be free ho no na wasesa na institution ni nyina na wasade akwakoso yewura o se chimensa bozu. It is a samba MPP mu na se fa euro se chimensa bozu anaso oka ho a wo a wo betum ni kakiki akwa ka biete euro se chimensa bozu no na okra no ba bi ofiri ba wunnim on tiase. And sometimes ya go through police station agent electoral area constituency wo ba wo ya appointee wasa be gina constituency am ya to abama no wunnim se the party ni esitie but encrophobi nya no on silver platter. Look at his transition from KMA to National Pine. And that is why as a communication officer now, he is questioning his wealth. Baby, when you're free. Politics, it drew baby. I was all too not nareka. And NDC will continue to face problems as long as they will continue to allow that gentleman to be Omokasamafo. And the because where the Omunya Abasumana Baben, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, any Yura Muntaka, Jesus Christ. Near one say amen. Now for our father for Frono. Would the war microphone may say I'm a bomudin. Yeba NDC, our parliamentar. They are the institution. Institution are your friend NDC, no. I want more. But who you no, apart from sometimes, yana ebia yehu muntaka say ebia oye kitikiti kakra. But sometimes I understand him because who regional possibly onunkwani sit na safer. You will need to also build some defensive mechanisms. Just anke tua fa no so, but why dey be tua fa no so dache and you no problem. So say want to me antrase nwina nkwachiri na oye bibia obeye bibi say sammy gyamfi am so trase a wodwene ye no ohun so ankasa kranke ye
and enyo nwanwa say you have a parliament so a hang parliament will be any overall majority. In fact, uti our kumsin kra the amount for can ye petty free can ye namukwa onumum nipa 23 from the NDC
me bebaho
and no worrying
me papa bi
then what is the essence of the hang parliament
tabi eno na wonte ase no Professor Magnus Frimpong Joseph Magnus Frimpong Kumasi KNU University Business School Pejaye ejina so Joseph Magnus Frimpong or say managerial economics, financial management, and strategic financial management. Or say whenever you are tempted to open your mouth, engage your brain. Whenever you are tempted to open your mouth, engage your brain. If you say tekrema and I'm chen will say.
Okay. NDC 4 adiaben. MPP 4 Edward Manuel Tum. Why do you for a comment to go? Nyankinkan we confusion na ye basa na se Mahama no beso omo sesa na na se sen etino ma start to no maybe park and so sa menya hu idea ni na owura asami gyamfi ankasa ba abonten abekasa afa asem o twere no ho ye tie wi na afa me the messages ne won ye wo e free NDC fo aso ye e de ma owura asami gyamfi no ye de no so ayeden aka
Makasa about the CEO parliament, you know. Actually, me kasa me farmer no enka wansem since the approval of the nominees. But me the message krata, which has been in circulation on social media and in mainstream media. And my position on what happened, no, is already out there, and obi any my position that. But the American say, Mugabe, first of all, since I'm a chair, Sakrata, no many radio station beyond can wasem. I have many radio station Wagana and frame me for an interview on that subject, but I have declined all interviews.
Not to make any comment.
In fact, Okra arrangement, no, we can't cancel arrangement, you know.
That is it.
But at some point, I felt that at least Mugabe shows so there I have to come and speak to this issue.
Fantastic.
And so I can tell you that this is the first interview I'm having on this issue, and it will be my last.
First and last.
Yeah. So will be some journey be who push me to comment on this issue. Yeah. I am not commenting on this issue. You cannot push me to comment on this issue. Again, that's all. That's all. That's how I am. What do you say?
Fantastic.
The first thing I'm saying clear is Mugabe. Meme Sammy Gyamfi. Since me ba NDC mo. Since NDC for dom me. Maame Acquah say me nsum as National Communications Officer. Or even at the time I'm just a communicator for this party.
Yeah.
I've been a student leader in NDC, team president. I've played different roles at different times.
Good.
Edidi mua no nyame adom. Party Mama Acquah say me nsum at the national level. Acquah. And since Minya Acquah no Mugabe, Minyan kasentia petty penny be a decision I will take it that.
Never.
And I mean kasantia party decision biada.
Never.
There has not been any occasion that I, Sammy Gyamfi, has publicly criticized any leader or the party, or even stated a position which is different from that of the party.
For that one day.
Because of even my training as a lawyer, no. When you even have a client who committed murder, find a way to defend the client. And Juma as communicators and a lawyer for this. As ours is to defend and project the image of the party positively. And that is what we have done. Say individual member Nebinya Asamoah. Even when I was an ordinary communicator, we come in solidarity.
Good grammar and spelling are important. But if you want to write essays that inspire, messages.
And we defend the person. Say a party in a take decision. We show discipline and stand by the party position. So, menya the type wa mekasa by heart. Menya the type wa mekasa out of emotions. The period that my play leadership role in NDC, no, the akosubia na yemede. And I will say, and I work with parliamentarians a lot. You cannot be a communication officer without parliament. You work with the ranking members and you work with leadership. The press conferences we do, the information we put out, we use 60-70% we get it from the house. So I have had a very good relationship with them. And in that relationship, you know, the ABIA mema yebia nebe will be there, and the ubia yebia in that context, no. Oh, party adwuma we mu no enebe yemede. But I have never stepped out. Say me criticize you be, and I may condemn you be there. And that is the first thing, the point I want to make. So say, and then BBS na Sammy Gyamfi kasa. You must ask yourself why. I will not give an answer. But I leave discerning to give an answer. I just, because sometimes already you been I say, oh, you just spoke out of him. Many of them were MPP for, so many of them were NDC for.
Exactly. I like that.
In NDC, I'm a lamp. That is how I've been. What do I say? And so I am not a type that you can say, I'm always dissenting or I'm being sentimental or ginger-headed. No. And before I speak, those who know me will tell you that I calculate everything. Now, Mugabe, the second thing, so they say, Sammy Gyamfi me party we mo, me ni nipa ba kokra ni problem. Ubie ni wo betimi aka kire me say me ne nkasa na me no problem me ni bi.
Sometimes we disagree and agree and
so be am meeting has wa fire me na my friend when you me na yakasa
after listening
no me feel be am say what will be that
you see the party
exactly
perfect
meeting oh yes Mugabe, and it's not only you, that is how I am with anybody. What do you say? Oh yeah, my dear, na me person me can between you and I.
And will be no uncle was and also tear seminar won't
exactly, and especially in penny for me new obi anywhere, because I know me can't find what me ho. I don't nyame na dema. But meaning say unyamenti penny for when this mo. Dodo na myself. So I have a very good relationship with the senior member. What do you say? Honorable Haruna Edusi is like a senior brother to me.
I know.
Because Tamala, bitimi ko ni fie ko didi.
Jumia Tech Week is back. Shop your favorite brands at the best prices. Laptops.
Ebukra, me car, me deben nantia, he gives it to me. We have a very good relationship. I see him as a senior, you know, member. And in disrespect you, be a da. Right honorable speaker is somebody that I have a very good relationship with. A very good relationship with. Very good relationship. And when I see them, I bow. You can ask Chief. Disrespect you. And your marketing but many shows will be to me disrespect you be there.
Oh, bro.
And there's a kind MPP for Nebeka because many of them party. What you say? That's the first thing. Then the third thing, when I may build an introduction before I go into certain issues. The third thing, and I say, men kasentia all members of parliament. Mugabe, this is something I may say, even ye be hye so because yanka say bibiye ye yanti no na ye kan nsɛm ye unfair to certain people. Oh, you better come. Thank you. In fact, some of those things, no crano, metibia ayana hame. To say they will criticize you, obisu criticize you, obisu opinion you too full. And I've gotten a lot of people advising me after I spoke, people calling you and all that, some encouraging you, some telling you that oh, they all kind of maybe you should have said it this way, and all, and I appreciate all that. I think Bubie told you say he had a conversation with me, and I'm not that type. What you say? But the point I'm making is I don't have any problem with anybody. I don't hate anybody. I respect everybody, and I have a good relationship with anybody. And maybe that is part of what has helped me to do whatever I've been able to do with the help of others for the party. Now, me pese say ya wunti no na party for ya di ya wo kan asem a agudi pa bibre hu fi. We have 137 members of parliament. I understand that the day Omotoaba on the first report, you know, about 125 were there. That's the information I have. Okay. Now, out of the 125, there were more than 100 of them who voted in accordance with the party decision. Exactly. And what the rank and file and the leadership and everybody, including ordinary Ghanaians, wanted. So those people we must salute and commend. We must.
For their loyalty.
We must. You can't say that because the decision is painful, you are going to bring everybody. People have been loyal, and some of those people are very hurt. Some of them, if they will talk,
that's over 100,
may even sound more passionate than some of us.
I know.
It may say it is rank and file.
Everything in life is a negotiation. When you cross the street is a negotiation. Getting your coffee at Starbucks.
Against, obviously you are inciting party against MPs. But do you know that some of the MPs may even be more unhappy than the rank and file? Exactly. So let's not create an impression that it is them as a whole against some. No. I know some of them who, I mean, the majority of them, the evidence shows, stood by the party. And we need to commend them. Even some who departed from the party line, some of them I know did it not because they took money, but they did it because of certain issues. That your position you who do my yenka once more reduce. Now what is the issue? Now Mugabe, what is the issue? The issue you say, I won't go into details. I mean, can be able to prove myself right or anything. When I was writing that thing, I knew that I knew beyond the benefit. I knew people were going to criticize me.
A lot of them will be hurt.
Now, the entire, it is true that generally, say we a leader in an organization and some bar, you have to try and deal with those issues behind closed doors. And you see Mugabe. Certain issues, in my opinion, because of the far-reaching consequences, issues in the war on the party. Its fortunes, its future, its foundations. Sometimes it becomes important. In my humble view, I may be wrong. That somebody will sacrifice. Because you see, sometimes nobody wants to step on toes. Nobody wants to make his friend his enemy. So what is here? But I do believe somebody for the collective good will have to sacrifice and do. People may not see the importance of it at a certain point. But later people may appreciate that.
Exactly.
And maybe even those who hate you for that may have a different opinion.
That's it.
I have been on the field. I have seen what ordinary people go through for this party. I have seen how people suffer for this party. I have seen those who have been victimized. Young people who climbed electric poles to hoist flags, who were electrocuted and died. I have seen those who have engaged in, who have been involved in road accidents in their line of duty, their line of service for the party. I have seen people who have endured all manner of hardships, vilification because of the NDC. I've seen those who have been beaten and maimed, yet they are sacrificing for this party. So what's wrong there? We are not more NDC than anybody, and we have not worked than anybody.
I like that.
But you could see some good point to be an Acquah when you hear me. yɛni so adeɛ yɛ bibia yɛni da so nyinaa akwa yɛ mmarahyɛ badwafoɔ. So we were at a certain crossroads. We are at the brinks na on the brinks, and me here bibia ɛde ahokeka bi bɛba na aboa.
Looking to find the best electronics in Ghana? But are you having trouble finding them? And it takes too much time and effort? Now you can find it all with a touch.
Ama the dayanimi. If you're not going to a dayanimi, sebi sa reorganization process no yenya momentum bi kura dia start. Ebe boayen ama ye party no abambuo bi ama ema mawo ento amanfo de jemu amanfo enkasa munye party dwuma. It was that critical way at that critical point. The stakes were high and everybody knew. Na we dey metumi aka meaning the party mpanyimfo ye fa ho. So the yana Matthew be say, oh, party leader. Listen, you can blame party leadership. You can criticize party leadership. We are not above criticism. Sammy gyamfi anya adwuma yie in this campaign aka wo kwan say wo ka be shiawa me no nyaka. What you say? Open ma something na wo ka. What binds us together is is stronger than what separates us. We are one family. But Mugabe, this one was very, very critical. And so what as a party in Penyufo and Bibia on this one, you may not be correct because you may not know certain things. And I can tell you, without going into certain details, there was a party in Penyufo. John Dramani Mahama, General Mosquito, National Chairman of OSOFO APPIAH on this issue. They did it. I won't go into any further details. Anything they had to do, they did. And me free say omoni empenyu for our parliament in Iran and tiase bi eden adwuma enye ohye obia tiase in the interest of the nation, because masa obia ni was workers rejecting how akumsi NDC interest. It is in the interest of the nation. Oba offer to okototo no police station ebe ku ono an nkofo on fa ho okogina platform so a okogina platform so a say obu obi abuni ye ni hu say wabo no one pampa man a tax or for mu free some part of the country abu your secretary pre-plan. I never person me can yeme be sheni power what you say. But a woman like that who cannot be on fish farming po, she's not fit to be minister. She's not even fit to be minister for fisheries. Introduce an NDC for them pen Ghana for them pen. Fish means reeling of fish in the water reserve. What you say? I'm trying to tell you that the expectations were not if you are partisans, so partisans say you're against the national interest. So is it Maame with Nika say our MPs have taken leave of their senses? No, we did this for them, no, we did this John Mama them, no, we closing radio stations. Is it that woman? The corrupt dealer why you Ghana airborne Kakao GVG. I mean, so many of them we can cite those examples. So when the empenyufo ye nina nti asiedu ye adwuma no ye mu di yenim but ye ntimi go into certain details no enyema ni nyina akoye we yabusu so openly and brazenly no. Now we the impact it will have on the party. I felt that this is not a problem and opportunity for the first time. Na nyema bibiri so akoso behind the scenes. Ye ni nipa bibiri akasa behind the scenes. I felt that at some point somebody needed to be called out there. So it is to ensure that the right changes will happen and the right things will be done. Now NDC ayekese, NDC afan into my pefra. It's not out of spite for anybody. It is not out of disrespect for anybody. But we must learn. The Ote party we know Odufour. You didn't papa not take party here. So sometimes somebody can be your friend, but you need to look at the collective good and the collective interest and do certain things. So Mugabe, I appreciate all those who have sent me messages, all those who have called me, those who have said those who have said why we can always agree to disagree. What I've said was well thought out. I still stand by that, and I still believe, sir, if the right changes are done, ebeboa the party. In Penyufo party anymore. Bibreni akasa. Young Kosun see and Tumagu Fi Wabonte Maltanfunya. Young Kosun cancer be. What is exactly? Young Koso Nyebibia. So I can see some people writing to defend Sammy. You when you see people attack me, let them attack me. I'm not worried. One bit. Let's leave things like that. Okay, when you speak based on your conscience and based on the love you have for an association you are part of, not everybody will agree with you. People will disagree with you and call you names and describe you in all manner of terms. But let's be focused. We have a party to reorganize. We have an election ahead of us. You better say 4 years we're quite very short, and that election, no matter what, we must win. And so it is important for all of us to put everything aside now. The money dino omuninko yankai homuninko yedi.
Owura Sammy Gyamfi akasa wa cheche mu no so side of the story wa cheche mu wi. Na wo wie no NDC for kire say yempam Sammy Gyamfi. Yentuni fansan because omo hwe de wo ye na emboa omo so omo nyini free party ni mu kura. Yenti NDC for ensem omo de aba.
Kwame, the issue is that the fact that NDC for more parliament, some of them a disappointed party, and just say any officer of the party can get up and start insulting the speaker and start insulting Muntaka and start insulting Aruna. That is disrespectful. That is a language unbecoming of a national officer of the NDC. You can't do that. The sacrifices that those people have made for the, for our party.
There's a comments are free. Sammy or say members of parliament, including the speaker, I'll let His Excellency Mahama down. Was so letting it down, pa.
Also, I'll let it point down.
The members of parliament, Emma, one more legit cross a binum that the Yamo Musico said then.
No, the truth is, everybody is disappointed. That is a fact. Every member of parliament, every member of the party is disappointed by the outcome. But Kwame, you shouldn't miss the point. And I have called publicly for some changes in the front bench, either partially or fully. Either say 5, it will be free man, as of be free. That is a decision up to Parliament. But say the homonym A form, say what he wrote is complete insults, and we take strong exception to that. Kwame, the kinds of sacrifices that people like Backbin has made to the NDC.
Oh, sir.
Do you know what it takes to keep a seat like Asawasi in Kumasi, in the heart of Ashanti region? In Kumasi, do you know what it takes to keep a seat like that? And to call Muntaka a traitor, and to call Haruna a traitor, and to call the Honorable Backbin a traitor? I mean, that is disrespectful of the highest order. So yes, you can disagree, and as I have, on the matter of principle, and the principle is that the NDC minority in Parliament, as far as I'm concerned, had a wrong strategy going into it, and they've let their supporters down. And for which reason, some of us think, there has to be a partial or a full, a reshuffle of the front bench. But it doesn't give anybody the right to go and insult them in the manner that the National Communication Officer has. And Kwame, in any case, who is saying national executives are absolved of blame? The house cleaning that the rank and file of the party is calling for now. It starts from Parliament. It will go through all the stages of the party. And the Parliament don't call no disappointing the rank and file. Even at the national level, at the regional level, at the constituency level. But we know because the Parliament there now and people are expressing their anger. It is justified. It is what I call righteous indignation. Your members, Odifour, Omudika, but Kwame Sebe, so be our some party, somebody like Backbin from Revolution days. And you have a national communication officer who doesn't accord him that respect.
Oh, my main kind words, or say, comrades, the betrayal we have suffered in the hands of the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Abansumana Kings of Bagman, the leadership of the parliamentary group, particularly Honorable Haruna Idrisu and Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, and dozens of our own MPs, is what strengthens me to work hard for the great NDC to regain power. They brazenly defied the leadership of the party and betrayed the collective good for their selfish interest. And we must not let them succeed in their parochial quest to destroy the NDC, the party that has done so much for them and all of us. The shame they have brought on the party will forever hang like an albatross around their neck. He
owes the Right Honorable Alban Kingsford Sumana Bagbin an apology. He owes the Honorable Minority Leader an apology. He owes the Honorable Muntaka an apology. It is unacceptable language. The party, I implore the national chairman to put his foot down. You can't expect discipline in the party with this kind of incendiary language against people who have put their party. No. Now, Alban Bagwin Omre, Honorable Muntaka, do you know what it takes to keep a seat?
Easy.
Especially in Ashanti region. Do you know what it takes? To keep a seat for the NDC, not as an independent, for the NDC. Does he understand what it takes? Does he understand the workings of parliament? So if MPs have disappointed, they at the national level should take the blame as well. It is not just the MPs who have disappointed. And people are waiting for them. National elections, people are waiting for them.
Hey!
People are waiting for them.
There should be a shake-up.
I am of the view, sir, there has to be a radical overhaul of the party from constituency, because the way the party is running, we are disappointing our rank and file. We are disappointing our rank and file. We've lost 2 elections we should never have lost. Okay? And among for BP, people have lost resources, the time, the energy, and for what? A national executive member does not have the moral authority, to question the credibility, of certain members of parliament, especially in the way and manner that, the communications officer has. I take strong exception to that kind of language. And I think, sir, he owes them an apology.
Okay.
And I would call on the national chairman, why apologize more. They should suspend him.
Hey! Why would suspend him?
They should suspend him to instill discipline in the party. Kwame, do you know what Bagbin has done for this party?
I want more about issue.
Do you know what Honorable Muntaka has done for this party? Do you know what Haruna has done for this party? Do you know what their sacrifices at the peril of their lives?
I didn't know anything. Sammy gyamfi na say dey you born left and right. On one no jam platforms where you man more fire after there. Okay. Owie no na NDC for mienu asa ba abonten. Enya asem gitu o minim ade eze se Sammy gyamfi ni Mahama na mo pamuno. E di nipa fofra abo se din o menti do mpeso o mo che na nkasa ase. Aha wa wo ti ase no. A we NDC ni no be se meti ase. E de na ekoso ankasa. Obetimi do comment go MPP fo so anim. Fogu oni enkenkan. Second person so aba abonten enti do no so e de ma ye owura Sammy gyamfi.
Sammy gyamfi, I was here citing a contempt of parliament. Don't copy your privileges committee and you. They said they be no do kan kan. Na fe na manyoko na nkasa so omontwene nsan. Enti mrantie bi na ye saade ye anka NDC fo ntwene nsan. Koku anyi do. Alote Jokos mpacho de no maye. So maka no kre. Omohu ne pabi ewo na nado amamuo mu. E na omaba radio so abeka. Enti omo ne party no enya adwene e wo niema bi ho tinka de ye fe no humility de should be his key word. But Abranti a gross insubordinate, arrogant, ne kasa, and in demeanor posting crown, a tre hawa, ni dibia esitie. Only Raphael Ekasano, or can say me now, one person in the Bayard drink, or be senati. Why, Oniba, I'm going to for you, Claire. It's young country answer. Can you imagine? Says Sammy gyamfi. Obaye, penny for no senior communicators. NDC, but what's a kill? The lives of Asiedu Jacobs. Abranti on the call contest. Fred Agwanyo. But what Solomon Kansan, and what to Monka? I didn't know quiet to say. Yam pam nipa bi mu free wona amanyo kuo no emedi nipa bi enchen na wona obetimi aka sansem no a ensem fata se mabunu a yenya akwanya eya amanyo sem enye se obetena ho akosi awieye o eye position. It is never a permanent place. The oye e won sunsanso de ma yem mabunu. Anything no pay me fees and who here, see a cabby. Babies with subtifa. Ex-president Rollins can't want them. And no, any gusu. But oh, I know Ibrahim Aman and Enam. And they, and no ex-president JDM, the customer for them, on the customer Ibrahim Mohammed's estimates and planet. Enti abusiano ene ne konna krana. Talking about the Mahamas. Omune no ene konna ekrana. Asem bia obeka na bonten so no. Odikan ene mampeninda dadwene ho. Timemetia me kwa kama sem bia chama wontumi na sem nkoka. Na fie na yema de bia e oba bia chama wontumi na sem nkoye. Yese chrem wadamfo na mentre wusuban. Sade chama wontumi su do MPP. Oh, he will be in terms of the MPP. Oh, Honsa. I send you a dance in where you trust 7 man Casabi. Here they are dancing. But you know, so I see when we are daring him some rabonting and not condemning. And nobody is speaking. Yes. As I speak, me feel that Sammy gyamfi can was Obia Mohowa. Or Hiba, and what's a Sammy gyamfi? Yakinason. Samanyo Kuni say, Omoji probity, accountability, and what's some cohesive. I said the NDC from Obnasha says so panono. You. So who didn't penny for him say ya? Okrano, Unkwana, and I what is so. Emma, yes, penny no be near Bido. Acquah you be a bida. Baby, a free ban. But oh, Maame, I'm a binyado now more. And yet, I hear by a tenenka. Ah? And penny 42 no more NDC. A baby, Abba, and nay until Munkabi. Ah? Penny, I'm more for my Ashanti region. Sammy, Alhaji Sammy nom. Bra manyo kuremu NDC. Mikai? Wa bo communication ya chepa. Wani papa. The late Sir John. Yami fa ni krensi yi. So kaya omo a. Sate na Sammy won baby ya o. 2017. And Sammy gyamfi started bar into the limelight as far as political communication is concerned. Satana Fred Abrenyonum communicate to Peace FM. Just a penny be at one bedroom penso be a yen kawasem. Abrantiano, Omu Bibia. I want a manuku nampo. Aba NPP. Any man peninia or Tiswa. Ni political career and as a life. Obianim or Maimu. President Kufado. He's an exceptional leader. Ogumi no ho se amanyo sem obeye. when you swadi be that I be a chair no so be a man penny. Nipa sign a one papa. I am a mind be no man penny for no one so at me a baby. So he is an exemplary leader. You will be a reno. Now, Acquah to say, oh, sorry, everyone fee. Everyone feel, Bonomaimu, no crook as you be as how. Then your mere mouse so. Nanka, bro, wasi. Oh, bro, wasi. Yabesre. Yam penny for the bean so a drew baby, ya just half for the bisono. Yenyai. Oh, never. Baby, I'm going to man will be radio near friend that you want Bujap. What you say? Adeng. Member NDC. Adeng. Adeng. And when you are Konya as a young politician. On baby. Make up. I fall. And no one soon sounds one as I say, I dear no, we yet they are say, Okruan ye ma. The busso. It is a gyamfi, he decline. On one casama bontima may pass some penny for me and sanacho. Surprisingly, some penny for me and sunny in answer or mamma your seminal. We think and case our brand and the boomer mopa.
There's a wood here from start to finish here, may bo audios here. Let him so much in a hitia, so much over and yasam ketwa, DBC yasam ketwa. Last person I'm leave to a mouth, Yenti on also count in the Nisias ya brew some yasam ketwa.
The thing is, also a secret data, my main mouse stand, a secret balancing. Okay. And the leadership over there wouldn't be able to look through the crystal ball to say, I still may now maintain and answer my mind. If for no some or this are unsubstantiated allegations by what is his basis? Or cafe, or running all their efforts down. Would you be able to look into our faces and tell us, affirmative and not maintain and to mind?
And in your statement, was say or no any party leadership and a course would defeat a dear party. That is this 2020 election. They are no way.
Some of them start losing. Your matter in some DP. That's what I say. You don't have to wash your dirty linen in a public. You get it. But the tip of the iceberg is what I brought out for some people to understand. Say you shouldn't cross the line.
That means at the end of yeah.
At the end of
No. But I mean, what you are saying is a very serious one because Muji to Musa Mulusi, Intinamoko court. But you are saying, sir, Omo can be the Mamulusu. That means you knew yourselves among yourselves, said, Mo party and penny for cry, Edimunama Molusu. Individuals be like Sammy gyamfi, Ekahuna Mulusu. Is that what you are saying?
Yes. Do you know what? Say no, me no what I say. You be so fair, you lose and you lose. What would you say?
Molusu.
You tell us say you lose, right? Yeah. On what basis?
Supreme Court and Electoral Commission say Molusu.
This was Supreme Court and Electoral Commission, appellation, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
One would you enter? And then the Minister say, yeah, standard, just say in Lucy, what would you say?
So you still believe Sesame and Film the Mamulusu?
Oh, that is. You say, you shouldn't go there. That's exactly what we want him to understand. So, yeah, had a year effort they are putting in place. It's Mama amount for between people over 20,000 votes. Difference for Hanum. Man and bring it down your effort. Man and try to over say, you do the brave out saying that that difference. Yeah, not.
Okay, Idrisu.
What they are able to do.
Anopay Idrisu Medawase. Idrisu Mohammed, communications director for the NDC, Ewasomase, and of course, with Jack Sesame gyamfi Akana, Omra Mecha Buyan, Land Cruiser, and a Casa Casio de Demno, Efri.
Ebusia NDC, I swear, the Akosu no, Nansea, court to a castle or Mario Munkofian and Tokwesi you. nansi yɛ so mo are mo nkɔpɛ abi ntina ketewa just 1 second pɛ no ɛho ntɔkwa na ɔmo kɔ no